What's going on, people? I hope you're doing well, and as per usual, living the dream. Excuse the unprofessionalism of me like filming this in my bathrobe or bedroom robe, whatever you want to call it. I have got a little bit of a cold, as you can probably tell by my voice, or probably not tell, and I'm just being comfy. But I did want to get this video out, right? Also, look, I only just noticed I've had this mug for a little while now, right? And if you can see it, the viewfinder's hella bright right now. Yeah, green, J, and this is green. You would have thought green is my favorite color, it's really not. Anyway, onto the video. So I said when I reviewed the engine inserts that I wouldn't review the rear beam inserts until I've had an alignment done. Now, I haven't had an alignment done. And that is genuinely due to the fact that everywhere I've tried to have it booked and have it done, it hasn't worked out, just because my timetable is crazy in my life right now, and just me being ill, me being unavailable due to other commitments, it's like, it's not there. But then it also occurred to me that I reviewed my coilovers without an alignment, and they're much, I mean, I should give more of a review of that after an alignment, along with the bushes. So that's what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna do a double whammy. So once I've had an alignment, it's corner balance and everything like that, camber, toe, etc., cool, I will do a review again of the coilovers and the bushes. Not because I'm just review happy, by the way, but just because, like, I've had quite a few questions in regards to fast road setups and alignments and things like that, and the importance of it, just from the video I made last time. And people just do seem to be intrigued in it, or more intrigued on that subject. So yeah, why not? I don't mind. Anyway, onto the bushes. I think I'm gonna try and keep this video to the point as much as possible. I can ramble on a little bit, as people can tell. Sometimes I might miss the point a bit, but it's only because I like to paint the full picture on things and on modifications. I've always had questions on loads of mods before I do them. I never just do something because I see other people doing it. Like, you have to find out what the best change or modification is for your car, depending on what you're shooting for as well. So yeah, now with these bushes, this is how I'm gonna put it. I imagine it has the same effect as what having a stiffer anti-roll bar would. I hope that makes sense. So the way that it was explained to me that it works is just to basically stiffen the rear, right? And my first impression of it is that it made the rear almost quite loose. I don't know if it's because the rear tires on my car, which I really do need to change, and I have got it booked in to change, are starting to come a little bit low in regards to grip. And they're asymmetric fires, by the way, at the back. I've got PS4s in the front and asymmetric fire at the back, and it does do my head in that I've got two different sets, but different story, we move, right? So basically, it just, I remember flinging around the roundabout on my way back from Honda HQ, right? And these are on roads that I know, and I thought, okay, let me be a little bit aggressive here and see how it acts or what the difference is. And I remember the back end stepping up, and I counter steered to catch it, and I was like, interesting, this car doesn't really do that. And I didn't know what to think of it, I didn't know what to make of it. And I did it around a couple other corners, and they're very like tight corners where I just lift throttle, throw it in, and back on throttle sort of thing. And I like to think my car control is actually quite decent, so I was never really like scared or anything, but it was an interesting dynamic. So my first impression is that it changed the way the car handled when under pressure. Not necessarily improved it at the time, but changed it, so I had to maybe rethink my skills, or rather my adaptation of it. But no, as the longer it's gotten on, it has improved it, and it's improved it by quite a bit. So let me get onto that. I've had these bushes on this car for a fair few weeks now, and this is what it does. When you're turning in to a corner, either on power, actually no, I'm gonna say on power, and it has to be a fairly tight corner, or else if it's a loose corner where it's just kind of like a follow through, if you will, you're not gonna notice it. But genuinely speaking, it keeps your car from understeering quite a bit. Actually, sorry, let me not say quite a bit, a lot. Genuinely a lot, and it's very, very impressive. Like, to the point where you're smiling. Like, you obviously, when you're going hard and all that stuff, like, it's not going hard. Jeez, what's wrong with me? When you're driving your car hard, like, it genuinely makes you smile anyway. But then when you have more characteristics, you realize you've actually got more of a ceiling for where the grip finishes. You're then like, you know, so yeah, and genuinely it does do that. All I'm saying is the rear wheels are a lot more active when it comes to grip and it comes to handling. It really does. And this is without an alignment for like the 10,000th time. But genuinely it's impressive. I now get why Honda HQ offer it as just a service all by itself. Like, if you just wanted the rear beam done, it's worth doing. It's worth doing. And I've been informed that with front wheel drive cars, I don't know much about handling setups in all honesty. I'm just going off trial and error, things that I like, things I don't like, what I'm wanting from my road car. Is that you want your rear to be more stiff to allow for less understeer and essentially for more of an immediate turn-in, and that's the second part. That's the second thing that it does. My turn is already quite immediate since I've put coilovers on, right? And aided with the fact that the engine mounts are solid, so the engine doesn't really feel like it's going anywhere. Same with the gearbox and all that stuff. Then you have the rear beam that's stiff. It just allows the front end to be what it needs to be. Steering and grip and direction. Steering, grip and direction. That is the best way I can put it. And again, for I think it was like £140. It's worth doing. It's so worth doing. So worth doing. It's so much so I'm quite over the top with what I want. So whilst I know I won't go for everything, the things that I do want, I won't go halves on. Like, I won't compromise on, if that makes sense. For example, I wanted big brakes. I went and got a brand new kit. But it's one of those things where I do wonder, do I need a rear anti-roll bar? Because I've been thinking about getting one. People talk about the magic of it and the greatness of it and everything like that. And maybe I might just do it to find out what it's like and if I need it and if it really does make that much more difference. Maybe those that have already had both, the bushes and the rear anti-roll bar, definitely get in the comments or email me or whatever. And big shout out to the people that email me, by the way. You'll know that I do reply and I like conversations and things like that. So yeah, like, that's awesome. It's appreciated. So those that email me or have any questions, do let me know. Like, I'm not here for my own purposes of like content creating and da. Yeah, it's fun for me to make these videos and for you to see like my journeys with my cars, but it's also to answer questions, because yeah, like, I know what it's like to want questions answered anyway. My battery's about to run out, so yeah. Anyway, that's all it is. If you wanted to go and do it, definitely go and do it. And subscribe for more. I've got so much in the pipeline, especially for the new year. Big things, so that's all I'm gonna say. Peace. Oh, what was that? Bye.